Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to Rapology. I'm your boy Maurice.
This is your girl, DJ Sassy.
This is the 9th episode of Rapology. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, thank you for coming back. If it's your first time, welcome or welcome back. First time, however you want to do it. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to jump right into it. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about two hip-hop icons, two hip-hop legends, and their debut albums. I pose a question. I'm going to be talking about DMX and 50 Cent. Both of them had monumental breakout debut albums when they first hit the scene. So I want to talk about and pose the question, which hip-hop classic album is the best? Is it Get Rich or Die Tryin', or is it Dark and Hell is Hot by DMX? So, let us know what you think in the comments, but we're going to give our opinion on which one we think is the better album. So yeah, let's jump right into it. I'm going to go with my man DMX, and his 1998 debut album is Dark and Hell is Hot. I think, like I said, I just think it's a better overall album. Don't get me wrong, Get Rich or Die Tryin' is amazing. You can't go wrong with either one. So it's just a matter of opinion, of course. But I just think it's Dark and Hell is Hot is a better overall album. And here's why I think that. He brought pretty much the gangsta raw rap back to the game, because we're coming out of that shiny, stoop, bad boy era that they had in the 96, 97. So DMX came in with Get At Me Dawg, Stop Being Greedy. And then, of course, the Ruff Ryders Anthem. And it would just look like raw. Get At Me Dawg was filmed at the legendary tunnel in New York City. He was just bringing back that raw, gritty rap and raw, gritty stuff. So when he dropped It's Dark and Hell is Hot, he just had the production, what Dane Grease did on there. Swiss Beats produced the classic Ruff Ryders Anthem. And that's why I just believe it's an overall better album than Get Rich or Die Tryin', in my humble opinion. So what would you say about that?
Insanity. Wrong. I love DMX and I love that project, but to say it's better than to get rich or die trying is crazy. All right, so obviously I'm gonna go with my man 50, and it's crazy that I'm even saying that because when when the album came out, I was already over in the club song, so I was kind of like, I didn't really. I felt like 50 Cent was gonna be kind of commercial, but I'm going with 50 Cent. He had, to me, the most anticipated album out of the two of them. I'm definitely gonna say 50 Cent, just off the fact of all the commercial hits that were on there. I mean, I remember when the album came out, everybody was anxious for it because they remember it came out when 8 Mile was, right after he did 8 Mile, he had Wanksta, like I said, and the club was already spinning crazy even before the album even came out. And this is how you know it's crazy, because he hit 900K in the first week. That's almost like platinum first week. Like crazy. And now it's like 9 times platinum, probably like 10 by now.
Oh, so you going with Get Rich or Die Tryin'?
Yes. The first track, What Up Gangsta? Like, come on. But we can go for if we want to take comparison of both projects song by song. I do think that DMX has some better songs, depending on the ones that you want to put up against. But let's see. So Get Rich or Die Trying is 19 record, right? How many are on DMX title?
Dark as Hell, I think it's 19 as well. So they go 19 for 19.
19 for 19. See, that's a good matchup, because usually sometimes an album may be longer, and you get more songs, you get more inventory to choose from. But when it's 19 and 19,
it's a great matchup.
We could do that. So I feel like okay. How about we do that? How about we look at what tracks on there, because obviously I don't know, Get Rich or Die Trying, I want to know what songs you will put up against any other songs.
All right, let me start one off. Get At Me Dawg featuring Sheek. What song Get Rich or Die Trying would you compare, or you think is better? Anything on there that you think is comparable? Might be better. Cause I just love that song, man. Y'all niggas want to be killers, get at me,
I'm going with Many Men.
Yeah, Many Men. Okay. That's a tough one. Many Men, that's a classic. Okay, all right, you got me on that.
You see what I'm saying? You see why the Get Rich or Die Trying is maybe a little bit nudge up, because Get At Me Dawg is also one of them ones. That's a staple DMX record.
It definitely is. Okay, so Ruff Ryders Anthem Rough Riders Anthem
that's
and
hard.
In the Club.
It's gotta be in the club. It's gotta be in the club. It's gotta be like as far as comparison. I mean, I'm saying like there's no other record on Get Rich or Die Tryin that could go up against Rough Riders other than in the club. I don't
Yeah,
think
because both of
so.
them was huge singles
Yeah,
and stuff
like
like that
both
were
of them are
pushed.
huge singles, get crazy radio spin today, get
Right.
crazy crowd reaction.
Yeah.
But for me, this is a record. This is something I'm gonna say. DMX was better. You know, Ruff
Okay.
Ryders Anthem, like yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I
that's
think
it's
so
a
too.
different type of energy. And the club to me was very commercial. And again, at that time, I was still like a hip hop purist, so I was kind of like in my Nas era, like even back then. So for me, I felt like In the Club was a little bit way too commercial, and the way 50 Cent came out, it was just kind of like, all right, this is. It felt gimmicky to me, and I think ultimately it was, but yeah, Rough Riders is different. That's an
Riders
anthem
Anthem.
for real.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that it was a movement, man. Like bike, the bike,
Yeah.
the most. It's definitely a movement. So yeah, Rough Riders Anthem, take that one. So
Okay, we
so we
got you
so
on
we
that one.
one for one right
Yes.
now, and
Yes.
I think it's another good comparison. How it's going down and 21 Questions, the
Yes.
relationship songs. Which one are
Yes.
you rocking with? I'm rocking with How It's Going Down
I
personally.
think so too,
Better
but
record.
you know what? 21 Questions does not get enough love, I think. It relates to like Thug Love records. Like 21 Questions was one of them. The skit on How It's Going Down in the beginning is legendary to me. So that's why I would say this is where it's kind of like, all right, I got to give it to DMX because yo, the
Okay,
skit,
DMX
the
leading
skit.
2-1.
No, that's crazy. It's crazy,
Yeah.
but then it gets a little bleak from there. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so how it's going down over 21 questions. Okay, I agree with that. I got how it's going down as well. Let's see, what else? What else?
But you got against Wanksta though, because that was the record he had on 8 Bound as the soundtrack. That was
Yeah,
the one
Wayne.
everybody kind
Yeah,
of heard.
Wankster. Yeah, Wankster. I don't think if I can't find a comparable song to Wankster on here that I think is a good matchup. DMX got a lot of posse cuts on here, as they call it,
Yeah,
like crew cuts and stuff
yeah,
like
you
that.
do.
How they ended the album was amazing with Niggas Done Started Something featuring the Locks and Mace. And DMX
Okay.
verse on there was incredible. Like he killed that verse. So what
I
do
think I think that might be a good comparison. I mean, that might be a good contender for Wanksta because niggas just started something was smoked.
man? Yeah, that
Smoked. Ooh,
just by the lyrical content of it, I'm gonna go with Niggas Done Started Something, but I won't be mad if somebody picked Wankster
Wanksta.
because
I know Wanksta and what up Gangsta is a little bit similar.
yeah,
Oh man, that's tough, man. See now it seems like I'm giving DMX the edge because I said that I
sound
chose
like it.
get
Yeah, it sound like
get
it. If
rich or
you
die
go
trying. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
right,
It's Dark and Hell's Hot has some bangers on
it's a
here. I'm
classic.
telling you, niggas that started something. Like, I immediately played that song in my head.
Yeah,
And I feel like I'll do the same thing for Wanksta too. You
Wankster is a
know, it
classic.
gets
It's a banger.
yeah.
It was a
It's a
banger.
beat. Here's the thing for me. I think what it is for me, Wanksta, it has like more of a recognizable beat, right? Like the bass,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
for sure.
lows. Easily for me, it's like more catchy. I must admit, and that's the thing about the whole project Get Rich or Die Trying to begin with. That I actually had an issue with back in the day, which is crazy that I'm even choosing this album right now because I always felt like Get Rich or Die Trying was a super commercial project. I also felt like with Eminem bringing him out at the time, I was just kind of like, I don't know. I didn't really know how to take it like at the time.
Yeah.
But going back on it now, it's too many record. Like it was too little too catchy. I think too recognizable because Wanksta, What Up Gangsta, like PIMP. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these
Yeah,
records are radio records.
very commercial. But that's what the system he was in, the Interscope, signing the Dr. Dre him and everything like that. So I kind of get it. They did push it. But I think Get Rich or Die Trying blends commercial and street like
Yeah,
perfectly. Like, cause he got some like street shit on there too. He was on there still dissing Murder Inc. And like you said,
yeah.
Many Men and those songs like that. So I think it blends both together perfectly. So I
I do
guess
say.
so you want to even it up and give 50 Cent Wankster, give it to
Hey, I'm
50?
going with Wanksta because if I'm
Yeah.
spinning, yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I feel? So being a DJ and playing both of those records, I get two different reactions. Like I feel like people who really are into music and really love, hip hop and the culture, they typically go for like, a DMX. Like the niggas is starting something like that gets a good reaction in New York. I feel like if I play at other places, and like other regions, it doesn't get the same reaction. Even though it's a fire record, like don't get me wrong, it's a classic joint. But Wangsta could go anywhere. Wangsta go East Coast, West Coast, like the reaction is the reaction. So that's why I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to give it to Wangsta on that one.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And like I said, I can't be mad at you. You know, story time again with 50 Cent, man. 2002, like the mixtape era, him and G Unit, him and
Yeah.
Yayo and Banks and then what they were doing. And then this guy, and I remember it was big news that he signed to Eminem and Dr. Dre, you know,
Yeah.
after Shady. They was pretty much running the game at that time. So it was a
Right.
perfect match. And then next thing you know, this guy came out with his album and shut 2003 down. Like 50 Cent ran 2003. Like I'm gonna say it started in 2002. Then when it went to 2003, he just ran that whole year, man. And it's kind of similar to DMX. When DMX dropped both of their albums, when both of their albums dropped, it's like they shifted the game towards them. Like DMX took all the gritty, the grimy shit, and he shifted it towards him. Like everybody was messing with this dude. Like who is this nigga? Like DMX, the Yonkers dude, the raw gritty dude.
I think it was the anticipation from like both artists, right? Like at their respective times. Like DMX came out in '98, I think.
Yeah.
And then 50 Cent came, a few years later. So with 2003. So yeah, it's a 5-year spread between the two. And at the time, like DMX had been holding it down, for about as long as, during that time, because It's Dark in Hell's House was one of them ones, like Ruff Ryders Anthem, that was going crazy for some years.
Another song comparison that I think nothing on Get Rich or Die Tryin' has anything like this. Because DMX has a lot of storytelling, like the theme of the album, Dark as Hell's Hot. So he had a lot of dark themes on the album as well. And I like what he did on Stop Being Greedy. Like this nigga was like 4 different people, like 4 different personalities talking to each other, right for wrong. And, like it was just an amazing concept song that DMX had. And it's nothing that you can find on Get Rich or Die Tryin' that could come remotely close to that storytelling. So,
all the time, man,
I don't see nothing coming close to the creative, what
DMX,
stop being greedy. Now, Get Rich or Die Tryin', I don't see. So, yes, I think we'll get the edge to DMX on that. So, I think DMX is in the lead.
But that's storytelling, though.
Yeah, that's story. But, that's why I think It's Dark and Hell is Hot is an overall better album than Get Rich or Die Tryin'. For that fact, he has more storytelling. It did, some storytelling. Many Men as well. He was telling his story, how he got shot and all that kind of stuff. So, I guess you could call,
exactly. And it was a whole campaign around him getting shot 9 times.
Yeah.
Which was not. Was that found in truth or not?
It's mixed stories on that.
Mixed stories, but still, nevertheless, he gave you a full campaign.
Yeah, he did.
Look at shit. Like, come on, the whole album was based on being a goat. So. I don't know.
The album artwork, the cover of the album is brilliant. The bullet hole thing, Get Rich or Die Tryin', that was amazing. That was dope. I like that. The red, one of the best album covers ever.
Exactly.
And It's Dark as Hell is Hot album cover as well is great, amazing, with the red and the black. Both albums, like I said, both albums are amazing.
DMX project is real dark though. Like you made a good point. Like there are 2 different moods for me. Like when I'm really like maybe down and out, definitely not down and out, but just want to be in a mood, I definitely throw on, DMX. Right. I keep wanting to say it backwards. Hell's High, that is dark. But It's Dark and Hell is High. Like I'm definitely putting that on when I'm in more of a thoughtful, moody feeling. But when I want to turn up, when I want to have a good time, you can't be Get Rich or Die Tryin'. Throw Ruff Ryders Anthem in there, and you have a good time. But overall, Get Rich or Die Tryin'. I mean, it just had a bigger, and I think so. From a sales perspective, I feel like Get Rich or Die Tryin', it sold more, right?
Also, DMX sold numbers too. Don't get me wrong, he did. Get Rich or Die Tryin' was out of here. I think it's like Diamond or something, like 10 million.
Yeah, probably at this point.
Close to it at this point. He did big numbers on there, and but he had a bigger endorsement as well, though. He had DMX had the Ruff Ryders, but they were still coming up in the game. Irv Gotti.
But they was respected in the street, though. For sure. Like they had already.
DMX had the streets, and 50 Cent had the streets as well too at that time too, because the mixtapes. Man, like 50 Cent's mixtapes, man, him rapping over the beats, beefing with everybody, talking his shit, man. It was a era, man. It was a movement. Like the dude,
50 Cent did a great job of storytelling
yeah,
his whole introduction, like his whole
right.
debut. You know what I'm saying? It came with the shot 9 times, it came with the mixtape, it came with the street
Yeah.
shit, and then the job rule stuff came, and then they just propelled it. And so I just feel like, but 50 Cent always, to me, I was never really sold on that this was really all true things, like, or like if this was really him. So, I stick with a grain of salt. Who knows? Like,
Yeah,
I
you never
don't know.
know. You never know when it comes to hip hop, man. These guys are great.
Exactly.
They're great storytellers, so we don't know what.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We
Like
don't know.
50 Cent sold it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
he did
yeah,
a
he did
great
a great
job
job.
selling it for sure.
He did a great job, so
Yeah.
that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
All right. So we have the tie records, right? We didn't talk about PIMP because I also feel like that's a little commercial, but still. We talk
big
about
record.
the record he got with Tony Yayo, like my style. Again, like all of these records, it's like, yo.
Yeah, I get it. What about
Yeah.
Damien though? Damien on thing with DMX, I guess him talking to the little voice and all that kind of stuff. Like DMX went crazy on that, man. He went crazy on
He did. Lyrically, I
Dark.
think, content wise, from a content perspective,
Yeah,
like you
content.
said, lyrical storytelling, like DMX, it's Dark and Hell Side definitely has a lot of great tracks on there. And I like how, he got a lot of his people from Ruff Ryders on there. So he definitely put a lot of people on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I like look through my eyes, the song that he have on there. Like it's just like I said, it's just an amazing song. And of course, one of my personal favorites on there, I Could Feel It in the Air. That classic.
Yes.
That classic
Yes.
sample. Oh man, I'm starting to think DMX might be winning this argument. If Dark and Hell is Hot might be winning. Like I Could Feel It in the Air. Ah man, that's
because you know the sample. Like, come on, man.
Wait, how he flipped that sample, man? What is it? Phil Collins? Yeah, that Phil Collins sample. I Can Feel It in the Air coming.
Tonight,
Man, yo,
no,
just
it's a fire project.
that was amazing flip. Then of course the prayer, the first introduction of the prayer. DMX always did that on his albums. If you're familiar with DMX, so yeah, the prayer on there.
Yeah, he had great skits on. That's the thing. DMX project was fire. I could never say like anything other than that because it's a really dope project. But we talking about who had the best debut. I'm going with Get Rich or Die Tryin. I'm sorry.
Oh, so you still you gonna die on that hill?
Yeah, I'm still going. I'm still going. Cause I'm I'm feeling myself when like my style come on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm in my feelings when 21 questions come on. Like, I got 21 questions.
Like I said, amazing. I think what y'all think, like I said, let us know in the comments which
let
one
us know in the comments,
you're rocking with. And I'm gonna shift it over to Get Rich or Die Tryin. One of my favorite songs on there, song number 6, is High All the Time. The song.
Yeah.
I like that. Like I said, I like a lot of songs on there.
Storytelling to it.
Yeah. I smoke that good shit. I get high all the time. Like I said, it was amazing. And what else he got on here? Is it Back Down? I think that's the Murder Inc. disc, if I'm not mistaken. Is one of them. But yeah, he was taking shots on his album as well. And then another one, If I Can't Do It, It Can't Be Done. I think that's a very
If I Can,
yeah. I think it's very inspiration, of all the niggas. So 50 Cent gave us some inspiration on there as well. So that's a dope song as well. So, yeah, Get Rich or Die Tryin definitely makes a case, and it's one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. Like, don't get me wrong, they did an amazing job. The features with Eminem, like I said, 50.
Boy, thanks, Mario. Don't push me.
Exactly. The introduction of Young Buck. I didn't know who Young Buck was at that time. But he made an appearance on there as well on the song Bloodhound. But I think 50 had a cheat code. He had the best production, Dr. Dre and them. He had the biggest rapper in the game at the time, Eminem.
The production is what captured, I think, the people. Like the production, the hook, the catchiness, and then just the rawness of like him trying to be a street nigga. Like it worked. It was a time. Like it was a time. Everybody was talking about this album. I remember it was on BET for like a year straight.
Yeah, man. It was big, man. This album was big.
It was crazy.
It was bigger than Get Rich or Die Tryin. I mean, it was bigger than It's Dark and Hell is High. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Like impact. Like this album is Dark and Hell is Hot was big as well. Now Because like I said,
Exactly. I agree. I
but
agree.
50
To your
did.
point, I feel like DMX really brought back that dirty sound. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
Like
did.
that rough, just sound back to hip hop at a time where it was kind of getting real. It was everybody was doing the R&B mixes at that point because, like you said, everybody had the R&B influence. But when DMS came, it came with a certain punch to it, and it got the love of the streets. I will say,
Yeah, I
DMX
agree.
definitely got that. Like it's a very respected project because as it should be. I mean, it's really a work of art. Like, between the skits, the production, like you said, the content, the delivery. I mean, his voice and DMX's voice was so unique at the time. It
Yeah,
just,
that's true.
yeah, like it just. Cause I remember just listening, like, who is this dude? Like,
Yeah,
Ruff
yeah.
Ryders? Why he so turned up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
but
dude had the energy was his energy was unmatched, man.
yeah,
DMX was his energy was unmatched. He had that raw emotion, and like you said, he just shifted the game. Like at this time, they was everybody doing them big budget Hype Williams videos for $1 million
right,
and all that shit. DMX, it's like he spent like called a bunch of Rough Rider niggas who got.
yeah,
Hey, somebody bring a camera and we about to bring the dogs and the bikes out and let's just shoot this video. That's how he was doing it, man.
yeah,
And it worked,
yeah.
and he took the streets
It
back. He
created
did.
the thing is that even though Get Rich or Die Tryin definitely had like a bigger impact, Ruff Ryders was a movement.
Oh yeah, it
Like
was a movie.
that's a lifestyle, and I don't
Yeah,
think that 50 Cent was able to do that with Get Rich or Die Tryin. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
The lifestyle.
no, yeah, Ruff Ryders is a lifestyle. Like you see
They,
them double R's, you
yeah,
know. So
everybody wanted to be a rough rider back then. Everybody wanted
yeah,
to have a bike and shit.
listen,
That shit just looked cool, man. You know what DMX and the whole Rough
exactly.
Rider team was doing. And then, like I said, I mean, it's kind of off topic, but he dropped another album in the same year, DMX as well. Flesh of My Flesh to follow
Mm,
up. The first rapper to ever do that. Drop 2 albums in 1 year and go #1 on each album. So, like I said, DMX was on fire at this time, but
yeah,
let's go back to, like I said, I mean, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. It was just
yeah.
an amazing album, all the way around. The production, dang great. It's just the grittiness of it. That's what I come back to, and that's what I enjoy.
I always felt like I know this is kind of off topic, but I do always feel like the Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood was like all the records he didn't get a chance to put on like the other project, his first one. Like
You know what?
I know
I
Swiss
never
had did
thought
a
about that.
bunch of the second one, and then Dame had did It's Dark Hell is Hot, but I think
Mm.
it was all the records that he didn't do with
You know
Swiss.
what?
That's my take. I feel like he just had different sessions with them,
You know
but
what? That might be you might be on something. That might be
I
unreleased
don't know.
albums that didn't make It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Did they just
Yeah, like two different, artists be in the studio with a lot of different like producers and engineers and stuff. And I just like he had the clip waiting with Swiss, you know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
did.
For
Yeah,
all
he
the
did.
records. That he just was like, well, I'm just put out a whole new project. But I feel like it worked because
It
some
worked.
songs
It
was
worked
fire.
because his follow up was dope as well. Like DMX did a whole three-peat. His first 3 albums were just amazing,
Which
man.
not many artists
No,
can say.
yeah, you
Only
can't do
only
that.
other artist I think could do that was Kanye. It's a few
Yeah,
artists that may have done it.
Kendrick did it. Kendrick first 3, Kanye first 3, Nas.
Nah, okay, yeah, Nas had, yeah.
Yeah, Illmatic. It was written. I am.
Yeah.
I would say that. So I would say, it depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah,
Depends on how you look at it.
yeah,
But DMX did it. He got undeniable.
yeah.
Like the dude run. Like I said, the impact was just crazy. But like I said, 50 Cent, what 50
It
Cent
was a
did for it.
movement.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
a
It really
movement.
was. So
DMX held it down until 50 Cent came, and then 50 Cent came with the commercial, you know what I mean? With them hits, with
he
them
came with
club
a more
hits.
commercial gangster rap. Yeah, he kind of took it to. So what about Patiently Waiting featuring Eminem? How you feel about that?
That was actually that was actually one of my favorite records on
Yeah,
the
that's
Rich Guy
that.
Trying. I feel like that's a B-side record that people don't really play often. The Patiently Waiting definitely one of them ones. Like I think Eminem got off on that one.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I mean, yeah, that was
Yeah,
one. You know what? That was so funny how 50 Cent always had like this singing voice that he would do.
yeah, a little harmonizing and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so I hear that in all the songs, and I'm like, yeah. But that's the hook. That's the hook. That's the hook.
Okay, all right. So I think we done lost count on who was winning the song for song battle.
Listen,
I think DMX was in the lead,
he
but
was technically, because we kind of gave him unfair matchups, but
I mean, go song for song. And and I like the For My Dogs as well on there, featuring Dragon, Casino, and Big Stan, on it. For My Dogs on It's Dark and Hell is Hot. So I think I made a great case for It's Dark as Hell is Hot.
All right, so let me go through like because what's Get Rich or Die Tryin' top project? I mean top records. Records.
Top 3. If I had to
I'm
name
going with Wangsta.
Wangsta,
I'm going with Like My Style.
Okay.
And I'm going with Patiently Waiting.
Top 3?
Yeah, I like Patiently.
You're not gonna no Many Men? You ain't got Many Men in the top 3?
Wait, hold on, true.
No.
Many Men, no. Yeah, okay, yeah, Many Men is definitely gotta be top 3.
That's a top 3 record right there, man.
All right, Many Men, 20. I don't know. I like them all. Because I don't want to put 21 Questions up there because I love 21 Questions.
Okay. All right.
It's your list. I know it is my list, and now you got me second guessing it.
But not having 21 Questions.
All right, but Many Men, Patiently Waiting. It's between 21 Questions and Like My Style. I like Wangsta too, though.
Yeah, Wangsta. Yeah, that beat.
That beat, right?
That beat go hard. That beat.
Come back to me.
Yeah, that beat just draws people in, man.
I
don't want to mimic. Yeah, that beat nice.
We gotta do top 5. If I can do top 5, then definitely Wangsta's on there for sure. Yeah, it's still in between 21 Questions and Like My Style, though. 21 Questions was more commercial. I mean, they both was commercial. Yeah. They both was on radio. Man, 21 Questions. I want 21 Questions. Because they died killed. Yeah.
21 Questions. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Shout out to 50 with that, 21 Questions. I like that. If I had to do a top 5 off of here, I'm going with Get At Me Dog, Ruff Ryders Anthem, How It's Going Down. It's my top 3. Niggas Done Started Something. No particular order. And did I say Stop Being Greedy?
Nah, you didn't say that one.
Yeah, okay, and Stop Being Greedy.
We didn't talk about that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stop Being Greedy. Like I said, DMX with the voice switches and all that kind of shit. The whole story that he was talking to, that was amazing. So that would be my top 5 if I had to give top.
That's a good top 5. I would agree with that list.
Yeah, I think so. I like that list. I like that list as well. But Get Rich or Die Tryin' was an amazing record. Amazing. And I kind of figure where if we pose this question, I think more people will lean towards Get Rich, for the
commercial.
Yeah, just the commercial appeal of it.
Hits, yeah,
the club hits, who he was affiliated with it at that time, all that kind of stuff. So I think more people will lean towards it just off of that. I think it has more. I don't know. I don't know which one aged better. I don't want to say that, but I think Get Rich or Die Tryin', people just love that album, But
you go back and spend that today.
Yeah, exactly.
It still make you feel some type of way.
Yeah, exactly. Get Rich, Die Tryin' aged really well, and It's Dark as Hell is Hot. Both aged really well. But I just think people probably will lean towards, Get Rich because just the movement behind it. The 50 Cent is catchy. The album cover is very recognizable. That all plays a part in people's decision making when they see things. They see the album cover is very, memorable and stuff like that. But I still don't think it's better than It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I still don't think it's a better album. I think overall album, I still will go with It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comment section below. Let us know what you guys think. Which one you rocking with? 50 Cent versus DMX. Who had the better debut album? Let us know which one you rocking with. Get Rich or Die Tryin' or It's Dark and Hell is Hot. So, definitely let us know. So, yeah, but I guess you got anything else you want to say about that?
Nah, what's so crazy is because when you had initially posed the question to me, I was going to say DMX was better. I was prepared to say that DMX had the better album because I know that it's more lyrical. I know it's more, more meat, more substance.
Right,
but when I played Get Rich or Die Tryin', I said, because I started doing a little jig. I was like, man, 50 Cent just got the club hits.
He
got a bunch of them. And he got that, and he still got that gritty, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was a perfect mix. Like I said earlier, it was a perfect mix of street shit, something for the ladies. He had the diss records on there. Dr. Dre hands was all over the album.
Yeah, definitely. The production was top tier.
Yeah. I'll give the edge to
Sorry, X.
Get Rich in that. But yeah, shout out to both. You can't go wrong with either
Yeah,
one.
rest in peace to
Yeah,
DMX
rest
too,
in
for
peace
sure.
to DMX. Is only our opinion, is all subjective. So definitely let us know in the comment section which one you rocking with. I guess that's it for us on this week's episode. This is
Yes.
Rapology, and I'm your boy Maurice.
That's your girl DJ South City.
We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.